What's up, guys? It's Spectrum back here with a brand new video review. This time we're going to be taking a look at the Tamashii Nation's Bandai Spirits SH Figuarts Marvel's Spider-Man action figure. So let's get right into it. In other words, it's from Spider-Man PS4. Here's the packaging. Got Spidey up front, looking very nice. Got the PS4 game logo right there with the Marvel up top. Got the Tamashii Nation sticker, high quality. Marvel's Spider-Man, and I assume it's repeated in Japanese for people who are bilingual or only Japanese. Please excuse my heater. It is cold in here in the 77 square foot room, so I need a space heater to keep me warm. Got a nice photo shot of the game where Spider-Man is saving the stopping the helicopter from killing innocent people. And I like, again, how this ties over to the side of the packaging on both sides, roughly. You got a nice photo of Spider-Man from the game right there. SH Figuarts, game reverse. On the back, you got a couple of promotional images, both from the game. You got his accessories and his eyepieces and his extra interchangeable head. Nothing else at the bottom. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see what he has to offer. Here we have Spidey opened up and out of his packaging, looking very nice. I do like this figure a lot, and I'm gonna say right now, a lot of the things that people are complaining about this figure are minor issues, and they can be easily fixed. So yeah, so I have him in this vanilla pose for a reason here. I'm just gonna post images of the game as reference to how accurate this is to the actual representation. I'll just do the regular standing pose from the front angle right here. Gonna do a side angle of his breast right here. And Anthony's Customs and other people were saying that this looks a little too girly. It's a little too shapely, and I disagree. I don't think that's the case at all. We'll compare the hips here. Now, I will say that the hips are a little bit off in terms of like accuracy and slim and just being slim. You know, compared to the game design, it is a little thicker than the game design, but that's not an issue for me. And last but not least, this is an issue that I was debating. The eyes, I'm not sure how accurate they are. I don't know if they pop out this much. I know they protrude in the game. The black parts protrude in the game, but I don't know how much they protrude from the mask. So I'm gonna have some images right here and try to, you know, get that worked in there. But I just wanted to get all of that out of the way first. You know, I just wanted to go over that and just overall how accurate he looks compared to his actual in-game incarnation. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, let's get a closer look at Spider-Man here. From head to toe, I like it a lot. There are not any paint flaws as far as I can see. I don't think there are at all, and I got very lucky in that regard. The back looks nice. I like the spider logos a lot. I love this suit a lot as well. I like how this is reminiscent of the black suited Spider-Man spider logo, but it's not exactly the same, which is nice. But yeah, head to toe, he looks pretty good aesthetically speaking. Got the treads at the bottom of his feet, which are accurate to the game. And yeah, sorry about all that weird lighting and focusing issues. Alright, let's get a closer look at his accessories. Here are the accessories. Wow, that was a lot on my throat. He fell over. Sorry about all the background noise, guys. I do not live alone. But yeah, here are the accessories. Took me a while to do this, so if you guys could drop a like, that would be pretty awesome. Alright, let's get into it. We'll take a closer look at Droney here first, which is extremely accurate to the game. Looking very nice. like the colors on this a lot. It's all a soft rubbery material, so yeah. But yeah, nicely detailed and everything. Here is his cell phone, which is only sculpted and not painted. Kind of looks like an LG or something like that, but it doesn't. It sucks at fitting in his hand, though. To be honest, I'll show that off right now. And I just dropped it. Thankfully, I'm on a flat surface. Here we go. Here's one of the hands that holds the phone. Wow, I actually got it to work. But, yeah, usually I just try to slide it in there and it doesn't really fit, but I actually figured it out. Cool. Now I don't have to super glue it to his hand or anything. Let's get that assembled properly, actually. It's going to be a little tricky. There we go. Set that off to the side. Here are his web bombs. I might paint those little dots blue in the center like they are in the game. Nicely sculpted and detailed and painted and stuff. Here's the other one. This one's a bit more scarlet, but that's okay. Looking very cool. It's kind of hard to show all the detail because it's so small. But yeah. Alright, as for his interchangeable hands and stuff, here is a fist. Just a fist, nothing special. The web lines aren't painted or anything, but that's okay. I can forgive that. And here's the whipping hands. And we'll go ahead and show off how to put one of his protruding webs onto his wrists here. Let's bring in Spider-Man. Put that on just like that. Okay, give me 1 second. Alrighty guys, I wanted to do a review without my fan using or making background noise, but apparently it'd be better than the background noise that you're hearing already. But here's the Tamashii Nation stand. You just pop this off and you sort of assemble it in a tower-like fashion. You just put these together, and when you take them apart, I think it's better to twist them than to actually just randomly pull them out, and then you just push them into each other like so. And another cool thing about this stand is, oh, I also forgot the magnet. Jesus Christ, I'm slipping today. But you just want to twist that right off of there. Well, you can put the magnet in this end, and that fits in there nicely. By the way, this magnet is extremely strong. I'll show that off for you right now. Alrighty guys, excuse all the background items, and excuse decapitated / hands cut off Spidey here, but yeah, we're just gonna put that right on the door just like that. And you can almost throw it on there too, but I don't want to risk knocking my figure down and breaking him. But yeah, that's how that works. And you can also port it into his back. Give me 1 second to do that. And that's that. That's how that looks right there. But yeah, you just port it onto whatever metal surface you can find, and it should work out beautifully. Alright, where were we? Yes, web lines, and attaching them to the figure. Alright, let's go ahead and get that aligned with the web shooter just like so. Get his whippy hand, and put it right onto him just like that. And that looks really nice actually. I wish these webbings were a bit more web-like, and I don't know, I'm not really sure if I like that as much as I should. But yeah, it looks pretty nice. I like that a lot. I like the way the hand is shaped for the webbing too. I like that a lot. Yeah, let's show off the interchangeable eyes here. So right off the bat, you're supposed to use this little tool right here for it. But no, you don't really even need this, like, at all. Okay, so let me show you why. So let's get that focused real quick. You can literally just take these out just like that. They're so easy. I actually, one of them actually fell out earlier, so it's a slight concern of mine, but I'm not too worried about it. And then we're just gonna grab some eyes here, and we'll port them in. Alright, so you want to align it properly with the face, obviously. This is what it looks like without any eyes in it, and you just want to get that ported in there, just like so. And I like these eyes a lot, to be honest. I wish there were, well, I don't suppose there are many more options for how an eye on a Spider-Man mask can be displayed other than what we're given with this figure. But I do like that a lot. That's a really nice look for him. Let's go ahead and get this head onto Spider-Man here before we lose it. Just like so. And as for the interchangeable head, I'm not gonna show off how to. Okay, so you just take this head off. Please don't come off the ball peg. Okay, and you just want to push this all the way down, but I'm not going to do that because I had troubles earlier with this being stuck inside of the head, and as you can see, I had to use a thumbtack to get it out. That's what all those tiny marks on there are. So yeah, please play with caution. Thumbtacks do work beautifully to get these outside of the head though, so keep that in mind. Alright, we have a lot of accessories to go over. Jesus Christ, we're not even done yet. Okay, so as for the web bomb here, you're going to want to have a relaxed hand. And you're just going to want to wedge that. I don't know if you can wedge it in there exactly, but I know he will hold it. I don't know. Maybe it'll be easier on the other one. There, see, that wasn't so hard. The only problem is it will, I guess it won't fall out of his hand. That's okay. I'm down for that. Okay, we're almost done. So for the spider drone, what this little hole in the bottom is for, it's for the magnet or the stand to peg into him, just like so, and you can magnetize him to any surface, just like Spider-Man. And the final piece is the web lines. So you just want to port this into here, all the way down, as far down as it will go, and you want to grab this piece right here, and I don't really think it matters which way it goes, but see that little white peg? That's going to peg into the bottom of the hand somehow. So actually I think it goes this way. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it goes this way. Okay, so you're going to want to get that on there, and then you're going to want to try to gently get that peg into the bottom of the hand here. Actually, it might be easier to peg it in before you wedge it onto the hand, if it will let me. Felt like I just broke it, but I don't think I did. Okay. Alright, we'll try the other hand here. This one. Both of these holes are really small though, so that might be the entire reason why it won't work. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it, but it's supposed to peg into and wedge over the hand. And then you want to you peg this into his back, and then you peg the stand into this little piece, And that's how that works. And yeah, that's all of the accessories. We're finally done. Let's move on. Size comparison times comments. Here is the SH Figuarts Marvel's Spider-Man game version next to the SH Figuarts Spider-Man Far From Home action figure and the Mafex Infinity War Iron Spider. Here he is next to the Ultimate Spider-Man comic version and the Mafex Amazing Spider-Man action figure. And I feel like the Ultimate Spider-Man is an extremely appropriate comparison, seeing as this Spider-Man takes a lot after the Ultimate Spider-Man in some ways. Here he is next to Scorpion and Jackal. Here he is next to Spider Carnage and Venom, which are both out of frame. And last but not least, here he is next to the Far From Home Mysterio. And one more quick little thing that I wanted to go over that I felt was a little important to mention. If you wanted to use the Flashback Studio Peter Parker head from Tom Holland's version, please make sure that the piece that comes with it is inside of the head before you put it on this body. Okay, because this piece is slightly bigger than the one that came with the Flashback Studio head sculpt, as that one is not made by SH Figuarts, but you want to go ahead and pop off his head and then pop off this piece, obviously. And then you can go ahead and pop this on. Just like so, and that's how that looks. I mean, it's a little small, but I like it at the same time. It could work. I mean, if you wanted it to work, you can very well make it work yourself. And of course, this happens. But you just want to wedge that back inside of his head here. Just push it all the way in there as far as it will go. And then with this one, you don't want to do that because you have interchangeable heads. So you just want to plop this right back on that neck joint. And then you want to pop his head right back on that piece. And that's that. Articulation times, head to toe, here we go! His head can look up that far, and you can pop it off the joint to make it look up even farther. Very nice, I like that a lot. His head can look down about this far on its own, and this far down with the neck joint. He has a little bit of, actually hardly any pivot. That's a little sad, but it's all right. That's I can easily ignore that. His shoulders have butterfly joints, and they can do a 4-360 rotation. They can go out farther than you would believe, to be honest. Let's see here. You want to get it down, and then you want to sort of wedge it out as best as you can, and that's not that bad, is it? Let's try the other arm out here. This one's a little bit more limited in terms of movement, but I'm sure I can loosen that up with some hot water and it should be fine. And whenever you put in the back down, you always want to make sure that the joints are aligned with the direction that you're pushing the arm in. But you got an upper shoulder rotation that replaces a bicep swivel. You can shift up and down. Double jointed elbows, which bend in that far, and they rotate at the elbow about that far in, which is very nice. You got wrists which swivel and hinge any direction depending on which way you have the joint configured. As for the diaphragm, it's the complete opposite of the Far From Home SH Figuarts Spider-Man. You can crunch forward about that far. You can crunch back, not so much. There is rotation up here, but there is no pivot. There is no real pivot in here. I will show you the joint inside because other people seem to think that there's pivot, and there's not. You can see that that is a hinge, not a ball joint. See how I can't move it with my finger? Yeah, there's no pivot. Popping that back on. There is rotation in the waist, however. A good amount of rotation, I might add. And there is pivot forward, but not backwards, like I said, but there is rotation. He can kick forward about that high. In terms of regular amounts of kicking forward, he can kick forward that far, and I lost his eyepiece. Let's pop that back in there. Well, I'll be right back. There we are. He can kick forward a whole lot, and both of his, or the eyepiece fell out again, but that's alright. We'll just leave it out for the remainder of this section. He can do the full-on splits. He has an upper thigh rotation, double jointed knees. His feet move down. You're going to be impressed by how far they move up, and they move up about that far, which isn't too bad. And he has toe articulation and ankle pivot and rotation as well. Final thoughts, comments, and concerns about this figure. Final thoughts, I do like this figure a lot. I even love this figure. Comments, I don't even know why I say comments. I guess it's just final thoughts and concerns. My concerns, though, the eyepiece is falling out. I don't like that. I'm going to say that right off the bat. I'm not too entirely sure I'm going to fix that. I might coat the eyes in super glue a little bit, and then, you know, like reapply them, and then that should be fine. But if that doesn't work, then I don't know what to do after that. Also, I don't really mind it, but the gap in the back is kind of big. I know this piece is here to cover that up, but it's still there. And these shoulders, I'm going to adjust them. They don't go out as far as I'd like them to, but they're not as limited as everyone says they are either. But I will say that the neck does not pivot hardly at all. But everything else about this figure is pretty fantastic, aside from the fact that mine is also slightly slanted in the torso. As you can see, that ball peg is leaning towards the left in there, which I don't really like that all too much. But yeah, this guy is pretty cool. I do recommend picking him up, especially if you're a Spider-Man or an SH Figuarts fan. Yeah, this is Spectrum Reviews, and I'm rolling out, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Peace! By the way, I'm going to give this guy a strong 8.5 out of 10. I'm sorry, I forgot that, and I decided to put it in last minute. But yeah, he's not without his problems, but he is a great figure. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Check out my Facebook, link in the description below, and check me out on Instagram at spectrum.reviews. Later. Peace.